What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk to you about something that hit me this morning. As of recently, as we await the announcement of the trial date for the 5 Memphis officers, for the Tyre Nichols trial coming up, I want to talk a little bit about something. And what it is basically CJ Davis. When I make these videos, and I've been talking so far, I've done multiple videos on each officer individually. I got 2 more to go in the series I've been doing this whole week. And one thing sticks out: the bitterness, the lack of being backed by the blue with these officers. You can see the tension, or you can kind of get a feel, if you've really been covering this case, that they feel as though they've been let, hung out to dry, so to speak. You agree or disagree? The way CJ Davis handled the situation had my ears up when it first popped off, where I made multiple videos where I'm like, yo, she just cut bait for a squad of people that, for a Scorpion unit and stuff, that she brought with her to the city of Memphis, a specialized unit to deal with crime in a certain way, which resulted in the death of somebody that had nothing to do with any type of crime, so on and so forth. Today, I want to talk about CJ Davis and why I think at least one of these officers, and these officers up here that were shown a minute ago, have disdain for both the police force and for her for their lack of support. A few months ago, I said that, I got something in my eye, excuse me. A few months ago, I said that she was the Machiavelli of Memphis. This woman earns $280,000 a year as Memphis' top cop. Crime rate is not going down. She got a 14% raise as of recently. I've also stated this woman cares nothing about Memphis. She's not from Memphis. She cares nothing about the city. Ways and actions tell a lot. The reason why I'm bringing up this video right now is months ago, they said that they would try to put a motion in to get the civil suit of $550 million thrown out from Tyre Nichols' family. They're the ones that's doing the lawsuit against the city of Memphis. CJ Davis is named in there. Field Lieutenant Dwayne Smith is named. The 5 officers is named. Hempfield's name was in there, but he agreed to cooperate. He ran his behind out of there, and now he's on the side of the prosecution against said 5 officers. CJ Davis, they trying to get it thrown out. One of the stipulations they was also trying to do was get it to where CJ Davis cannot go and testify in anything dealing with the Tyre Nichols case. That really hit me to where I was like, why is that? I did a small video about it, and then it really got me thinking and just looking back at the whole situation, just how she deals with the people, how she comes off to me. And I'm going to name 6 or more reasons why she has this in the back of her mind. I'm not saying she's losing sleep yet, but she has this in the back of her mind, this whole trial date, meaning she has a little bit of worry about it. A lot of people looking at the title and saying, oh, no, she doesn't. I'm going to try to break this down and make you guys understand or see it from my point of view. Leave me a comment and tell me if you think I'm overanalyzing or not. But I mean, I'm going to start this off to where I think that she's not out of the woods yet. And a lot of the stuff that they did with Tyre, they did with other people. Unfortunately, Mr. Nichols passed away, and a lot of people were scared to come out and say something about it. You see, when the DOJ came down there and was talking, all these weird stories started coming out about how the police was doing people out there in the city of Memphis. Shout out to Memphis. Can't forget that. And they're all not specialized units, but they're all police officers under the same umbrella of the top cop. So let's jump into this. First thing is this. She's the main name, one of the main names, if not the main name, named in the civil service. The civil lawsuit. Her name right at the top. I don't know if Rohan Wells met her. They met after the situation. Things didn't go the way the interaction was off or something, but it's something with her that rubs people the wrong way. And she's named in this lawsuit. Her name is right up there. Why? She started the Scorpion unit. Had people hand selected for said unit. And I want you to remember that too. That's another reason why I think she's in the hot seat. She put people in charge of people in charge of people in charge of the Scorpion unit. So anytime some type of craziness was going on, it would go up the chain. Eventually it would get to her. And if it didn't, and then shame on her for not really supervising, understanding something that she herself created. Like she created one in Atlanta and one in Raleigh, and they had the same type of effect on people, where people either lost their lives or was a bunch of controversy behind it. 3 times of doing this. And the results are still the same, negative. Wouldn't you think the 3rd time you go to a new city, they paying you whatever you're asking for? You would do things different and learn from mistakes of the past, so you at least clean up your resume as being a chief of police? That's number 1. Number 2 is this. And I want you to hear me on this. If she's brought to the stand and the right questions are answered, guys, she would be forced to name names. What do I mean by naming names? When this woman got her pay raises, the people under her got the exact same pay raise, not the same pay scale, the same pay raise. Politically, these are tactics that are used by people that are in charge to stop other people from coming for them, turning on them, so on and so forth. She got a 14% raise. People under her got a 14% raise. That's the team that surrounds her. As long as they're eating good, they'll make sure she's alive to feed them. To feed them. She goes and stands on the scale. Goes to trial. She's under oath. She got to answer questions. Who are these people that handpicked the Scorpion team members if you said you didn't do it? Also, who was the guy? How many of these guys got promoted while being in the Scorpion unit? The pay scale. Who was the one giving them raises after all of this stuff they was doing? Why do you have people in the Scorpion unit with checkered past that have done things on the force that was grounds for dismissal, but they're still officers? Did you know about this? Did you not know about this? You see how this goes? So on and so forth. Now she got to name names. The same names of the people that she's sworn to feed that keep her held up. Hi. Does it make sense? This whole thing is political. The mayor endorsed her. Ever since this thing has been said, the mayor been doing more talking about the Tyre Nichols situation, trying to defend it. He was a regular citizen that's just the face of the city. And the top cop, the one who got her face in the grime of crime in the city. See the game? Simple. See the game? Number 3. She's already frowned upon in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? With citizens of Memphis. She already is frowned upon. Now, I don't know her whole history with the city of Memphis, but I do know this. People do not like her. They say she's not personable in the community. People say they hardly see her, if ever see her. Her community activities and trying to increase police relations and stuff like that. They said it's not really like that out there. I don't know if she's too busy to meet the same citizens that she locks up and tries to say we want to keep the other citizens safe. You should be a person of the people in that position, especially nowadays where police have a bad rep. I mean, nobody watches crime shows that are policemen. She don't, I bet you her favorite show is probably his police show. And you ain't learning nothing from them. You're the first Black woman to be a chief of police. That's another thing, guys. That's a hell of an achievement. First Black woman in a lot of places to be chief of police. You could make a difference. But sometimes people get blinded by the money, their political aspirations, and we're going to get on that too. And just the whole moniker of saying I'm the first Black something. We get caught up. And this can happen to anybody. We get caught up. This woman is older than me. And she's experienced in doing this. She got herself in that position, not by happenstance. This woman is smart. She's calculated. She knows how to play the Game of Thrones. And if they get her up there in that tense situation, anything's liable to happen because she will do whatever she wants. She has to keep where she has and stay where she's at, entrenched in the city of Memphis and around all those political figures. Another thing, it would make a lot of people nervous because she's around a lot of different people that back her that are behind the shadows. It make them nervous. We don't know what she'll say. We don't know what they'll ask you. Why do you want chief of police to go up there and talk? Did you see the excuse they said of why they didn't want her to go up there, guys? Oh, those officers were rogue. Remember, she cut bait real quick and stood up there with the officials. Stood right up there with them. Oh, as a mother, I have a heavy heart and all of this stuff. Why you ain't go to the funeral? Why you ain't go to the funeral? As the chief of police, if something like this in my city that I'm supposed to have somewhat of a grip on and a control where the citizens depend on us to keep law and order, I would at least sat there and took the ridicule, if any, from showing my support to say, hey, not all police officers are bad and this is an unfortunate event. I'm sorry. I'm here for you. This should have never happened. Y'all feel me or not? That's point 3. Point number 4. Like I said, her track record. Situation in Raleigh-Durham. They raided the wrong house and killed a lady in the 90s. In her sleep. Busted in the house, shot her. Keystone Coppage at its best. Atlanta, the situation with the children crime. She tried to cover it up because the guy was a husband of a friend of hers. Hates. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. That right there was all I needed to see and hear. That's all I needed to see and hear. No matter if somebody's a friend of yours or whatever, when they do something to children, that is doing something to the future. It is. That you can't turn a blind eye to that. And shame on you for doing that. And that brings me to my next point. How did she get a job after that was known? You can't hide that. That was in the public eye and everything. And the city of Memphis, Mayor Strickland still gave her a job. Still gave her a job. So this falls on him. Think about that. Could you imagine that conversation in there? Things might be known. These are human beings behind their shiny suits and their titles. These are human beings. Everybody got a dark side. For you to be a politician or be in politics, you have to have a certain type of darkness on you that lets you sleep among the wolves. You feel me? Point number 5 of why they don't want her to get on the stand. Her handling of the Tyre Nichols situation is out there in the public. This woman never came out and spoke about it. After it was over, she never came out and spoke about it. Only time she spoke and looked concerned when she was up there with Mayor Strickland and the DA and all of the rest of them other people. And they was all sitting up there. We just don't want y'all to tear the city up. She's sitting there. The video's bad. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Never went to the funeral, like I stated before, and never spoke out in public. It was the simplest thing. And you didn't do it. You went and retreated back to your high castle and got quiet. Hopefully it'd go away. This is the first time I've ever seen a group of black officers, with the way police brutality is out here, or perceived to be, that act hood, thuggish, behind the badge, beat a man without any type of remorse to where he lost his life. And they're supposed to be the ones that bring law and order. There was no law and no order when things was done to Tyre Nichols. And we seen in the video, they showed lack of training. They maced each other. Couldn't chase him down at the first stop. Some officers are turning against each other. Band of brothers. Now it's a sibling rivalry where the mom is sitting up there, the wicked stepmother sitting up there watching it all unfold, hoping her name don't come up in it. She's just as guilty as the rest of these guys. The way she tried to dismiss them, you can't tell me she didn't know about the annex and all of the stuff they was doing. You cannot tell me she didn't know she had 5 rogue officers and an uncivilized special unit that she put together, and she had no knowledge of this. And she won't take the stand because the people that are under her, the lieutenants and all of that other stuff, she has to implicate them by naming names, and then somebody's going to have to get what? Cut off the team. A lot of times in life, you do dirt, you get dirt. And this whole situation is soiled. It is. Brings me to my last point. This woman, like I called her, the Machiavelli of Memphis, she has political aspirations, and getting on the stand could jeopardize that. This woman has spoken in front of Congress 2 times. Once for the city of Memphis and once for Raleigh. Remember? She went and spoke in front of the House, Senate, Congress. Just spoke. George Floyd died. She spoke on that. Oh, we know that citizens, black citizens, are being treated unjustly and this and that. But one of the biggest things in history that ever happened to somebody by the police happened in your city under your watch. And you didn't even, it's right there where you are, where you could put your stamp in there and say, you know what, boom. This is what I was talking about. This is why I went to Congress. This is who I am. Regardless of what anybody thinks, I'm here to make a difference. And you didn't do that. Didn't do that. You went home and just shined your badge. While people was acting a fool and being in an uproar, and all you had to do was get up here and talk for about 30 seconds. WREG and the other Memphis channels would have ate that up. The top cop speaks amid the situation with Tyre Nichols. The city's on edge, and you could have came out and said something, or came out and did something, showed solidarity. We're here for the citizens. those that are unjustly done wrong. But you didn't. You stayed at home and watched CSI. I think this woman right here has political aspirations outside of the city of Memphis, and she's just using Memphis as a stepping stone. She cares nothing about the people. You see in the ways and actions, they tell a lot. She's entrenched. She keeps getting pay raises. She's backed by heavy hitters. She knows how to play the game. After those 2 jobs where she failed miserably as a leader, she got the Memphis job still. That lets you know she know how to talk the talk as well as walk the walk when she's around political officials. This woman you cannot tell me this woman is not like thinking about this in the back of her mind. And these police officers, namely 2 of them, Desmond Mills Jr., Demetrius Haley, and possibly Emmett Martin III, going to create twists in this trial where you might see and hear things that might make her have to go and sit on that stand and sing some type of tune, whether it's a sweet melody or a sour note. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. R.I.P. Tyre Nichols, I'm out.